Hello, it's a webcam video today because I want to talk about Dragon Age the Veilguard. A lot of new stuff has been released because a ton of people were flown out a couple weeks ago to play about 6 to 7 hours of Act 1. And today the embargo lifted, which is why you're probably seeing a ton of people posting stuff about character creator and various plot points and combat and stuff. And of course, I want to add my 2 cents because I love this game. And while I wanted to go in spoiler free or completely blank, I have denied myself of it. I have been playing Dragon Age Inquisition a lot lately, and I am so excited, and I am in like the brain rot stage of Dragon Age, so I just really need to play the game, I want to play it now. But the most I can do is watch other people who got to play the game early, and I have to just wait until October 31st comes. But yeah, I think it goes without saying that there will be heavy spoilers in this if you consider these spoilers. Some aspects I am surprised these content creators were allowed to show, if I'm being honest, but the stuff that I have seen, I am very excited about, and it just hypes me up for this game even more. But there is one spoiler. There's one that I'm not going over. I don't even want to touch it. I don't even want to watch the scene. And if you know, you know. I hope you don't know. I hope you didn't get spoiled on that, to be honest, because, rough. But yeah, let's get started and let's talk about some just fun things. I only really have 6 tweets I want to show off and talk about because I don't want to just play through people's videos and comment on it. But I'll show off their tweets. Calla Elizabeth created a video on designing your rook. This is the thumbnail, and they go on to show off the different outfits each faction have, and also they cover Rook's backstories and last names. Overall, the faction outfits look so good. Like, honestly, some of the best work BioWare has done. Even just the hair. The hair is such a major upgrade that I already would have considered this like a 10 out of 10. Like, it's so diverse with the options you could pick for it. Yeah, the character creator is just so expansive and probably definitely some of their best work. If you look through the replies, this actually isn't a bad one. I thought it was someone complaining about the Kunari. I'm not going to get mad at people complaining about the Kunari. This is actually one of the better ones I've seen. I think this is from IGN's coverage. But I really think the Kunari would benefit from having like the texture of the horns go down a bit more, because when they make the forehead, like fleshy part of the forehead, go up towards the horns, I feel like it gives them like Code Lyoko foreheads. Their foreheads look gigantic and smooth, and it's a little bit like jarring to look at. But I've seen people mess with the Kunari designs, and sometimes they look better, sometimes it looks worse. I think it really depends on the head shape. But yeah, I already know I'm gonna spend hours on here. I'm so excited. And it's character creator, man. Always so much fun. The only concern I have, I guess not a concern, it's more like a comment on how they're structuring the backstories for Rook. I'm not going to go into complete detail. So if you want to go into complete detail, like look up one of these character creator videos because most of them go over the backgrounds. But a lot of the backstories involve Rook rebelling against their boss or something, and as a result they have to travel on their own or just go into hiding for stuff to cool down. It is like one of the ways they're setting up Rook to be traveling on their own and not with their designated group. But some people were making comments that it makes it seem like your character is a bit of a goody two-shoes, which I can see to an extent because in the backgrounds, a lot of them involve you going against orders to help people. I don't know. I guess that's where you have to be a little bit creative with the storytelling for your character. Maybe give them reasonings why. At the end of the day, I feel like since Dragon Age 2, if we're being honest, you don't really have like evil options. Origins probably had the darker evil options. But most of the time, you're just being like an extreme asshole, right? Like, it's more of an asshole playthrough, not like evil playthroughs. It's not like Baldur's Gate 3, where there's sort of objective evil roots, right? But yeah, that's really my only comment. I'm really happy with how the character creator looks. But sadly, it looks like they're not going. I'm not gonna say not. They don't have plans to release it early, but they're not against it. I believe one of the videos I watched said that Corin Bush said that the idea would be cool, but she didn't exactly say that it was confirmed. So we may or may not get it, but I wouldn't expect it. Anyway, just look at this hair. This is another one I wanted to go over just because look how pretty this elf is. It looks so good. She looks beautiful. I believe this Valisline is a Mythal Valisline, but oh, and you can change the lighting. So this is a good screenshot I picked. They heard all the criticism from Inquisition's green lighting, so now you have the option to pick different lighting to see how your character looks in it, which is amazing. But yeah, there's so many other videos that go over in depth what the character creator is because they were actually there, you know? And I highly recommend watching them. It's very cool to see how the character creator works, and literally this is probably BioWare's best character creator. But, you know, I'm going to be here for a long time because you have to customize 2 characters, and guess who we get to see a little bit of? Oh my gosh, I keep refreshing the page. So IGN's video was allowed to show the Inquisitor character creator screen, and I screamed, dude. I was, I'm so happy that they showed a glimpse of this because I love her. I already love her. I'm so excited to redesign my Inquisitor. And I'm going to literally be in character creator for like 2 hours or more. We can tell that all the Elven Inquisitors are Dalish, so this is probably a rogue or a warrior Lavellan because of the description. They are described as an able hunter, while the mage Lavellan is the first of the clan. She has no Valisline, so you already know what that means. But you go a little bit closer, you can tell that this arm is a prosthetic. So I hope that once we meet them again, they'll make a comment on like how they had to train or something. Because I mean, you lost an arm. That's an adjustment you have to make, and I wonder, like, especially if they're a mage, if their battle style changes because they lost one arm. So it'll be very interesting to see how their prosthetic works exactly. And yeah, looks like you can customize the lineage, appearance, and the voice of the Inquisitor. And the Inquisitor does actually talk. We get to hear Alex Reagan Wilton's voice in it. And she says, like, good to see you again. And it's so exciting. I was screaming. And then I want to show off this other tweet, which is the past adventures, like the Inquisition. So this page is just a couple paragraphs talking about the events of Inquisition, and you can make changes to the different choices in the game. My thing is that this makes me wonder if you can only make choices regarding Inquisition or if there'll be others. I've only been seeing the Inquisition as an option, but I don't know if it's confirmed that Inquisition's the only choices that like affect the Veilguard. Sadly, it would make sense a little, especially like depending on sadly it would make sense a little because Inquisition directly affects a lot of the events in the Veilguard. But, you know, there are some choices in 1 and 2 that I would like to get, like, some sort of attention in the Veilguard. And if we are really just picking choices from Inquisition, that also really steadies my expectations for cameos, right? Because if we're only picking choices for Inquisition, then how would they even handle cameos from 1 and 2? Which would suck, right? Like, I would love to see, like, Zevran again, or even Sten, or from 2, I'd love to see Fenris. You know, everyone wants to see Fenris. everyone wants to see Isabella again, and just like all these characters that would be such fun cameos. I don't know how they would handle it if you can't import choices from these like the first two games, because a lot of those characters could die or you can send them away, and like it would be weird to just have them show up because then it will throw off some people's playthroughs. So that's the only really disappointing thing that I'm thinking about. In a way, it's good because it does temper my expectations a bit. Because if we are only talking about Inquisition, it means we can expect some cameos from Inquisition at least. But then it also makes me wonder how they're handling Morgan, because it's already confirmed that she's returning. Oh, we'll see. Maybe we can make other choices and it's just not showcased. I haven't seen yet people tweeting that it's confirmed that like you can only make Inquisition choices. Another thing I want to talk about is I wonder how this description will change if you are romancing Solus or not. So I'm really excited like to see what choices are gonna move over no matter like which game we're picking, right? Next, I want to look at Shinobi 602's screenshots of Dragon Age of the Veilguard, and they look so good. Like I'm assuming this is photo mode, and this is crazy. Like, what is that? Treviso looks stunning. I'm so excited to explore it. And they just have so much. Like, this game looks beautiful. I don't know why the criticism of it looking cartoonish is still standing. Like, I really love how the models look in this game, and just overall, like, the environment that's so vibrant and just pretty. And I really love Inquisition's environments, but this just looks like an upgrade, you know? And like, understandably, it's been a long time. Like, look at that. That texture. Sick. This is totally photo mode. That's like a giant warhammer. That's fun. I actually haven't seen some of these, so this is cool to look through. I don't know what this is actually. I wonder if this is in the lighthouse, but so pretty. I'm hyped. I've been saying this so many times, but I'm hyped. And in the next screenshot set, he looks over the blighted stuff and it looks nasty. Like, ugh. The blight has always been nasty, but like imagining like what Ferelden looked like in Dragon Age Origins, like it had to have looked like this, right? It looks nasty, all fleshy and gross. Like, ugh. Like I feel like I'm being so repetitive, but I love how the texture look in this game. I saw a clip, I couldn't find it, but there was like a scene of this guy being like wrapped up in this tentacle that looked a little like furry. It was nasty. And I'm excited to see more of like these blighted areas and the effects that like the blight is having directly on the people. And this must have spread extremely fast. Looking at how entrenched it is, I wonder like how this is working out, you know? It's the timeline must be crazy, or the people causing this just, I don't know, must be able to speed it up somehow, because I've never seen like the blight spread this quickly, unless it's always spread this quickly and we just didn't know. So yeah, I really like Shinobi 602's coverage of the Veilguard. He has a lot of detail and just content and retweets a lot of good posts, so I highly recommend his page for any updates. This is such a good video too, if you want more information on Scout Harding and a little clip of her. I love her. Here's what I wanted to look at, like more of the companions. Like how can you look at this and say that they look cartoony? Like, yeah, it's more stylized than the older games, but it looks good, especially with the upgraded hair. It looks so nice, and I really can't see it. I can't understand why people are talking like so much crap about the designs, because they look so good. Poor Harding. It really just looks like an upgraded Inquisition, especially with the hair. I'm never gonna stop talking about the hair. Like, she's so cute. I love the fact we finally have people with Asian features in this game. I can't. I'm obsessed with Balara. And look at him. Daverin's so handsome. I'm I'm excited to see more, man. I think this game looks beautiful. And I don't understand the hate for how it looks. It doesn't make sense to me. I understand everyone having different taste, right? But people with a straight face saying that Inquisition looks better than this, I don't understand at all. I feel like I have to touch upon combat because that's a big part of the game, obviously, because it is a game. And the only thing I'm going to say is that a lot of people are saying that it is similar to Dragon Age 2. And that is already a plus to me because I love Dragon Age 2's combat. My hot take is that Dragon Age 2's combat was really fun. Like, I don't know if that's a hot take, but I really enjoyed the combat in that game. Dragon Age 2's combat felt snappy and much more engaging to me than Inquisition's. Inquisition is not fun to play for me. Like, I like the combat to an extent. Like, I have to like it to an extent to be able to play it as much as I have, but it's slow. Like, it feels slow to me. It feels like you're just holding down the button and like mashing abilities, you know? It doesn't I don't like how Inquisition combat feels. And the fact that people are comparing the Veilguard's combat to Dragon Age 2 really makes me happy because I love that combat. And honestly, just from what I've watched, the movement in this game looks so snappy and the way you use abilities are fun. I was a fan of how Mass Effect abilities worked, and you know, Dragon Age the Veilguard is taking a lot from like Mass Effect's system in terms of how to cast abilities. So I'm really excited to actually play with it eventually. Also, after playing Inquisition and having to do all those damn jumping puzzles, I'm so happy that it looks like jumping in this game looks so smooth. And if there is a jumping puzzle, I would like to think we'd have an easier time because the jumping puzzles in Inquisition made me want to die sometimes. Besides all that, I do want to go over a lot of the story content that has been released. And there's really two main things I want to talk about, like, and they're pretty big. So again, if you want to skip, please do, or if you want to leave, please do. Haven't gone over a lot of like plot stuff, so this is where I'm gonna go more into plot stuff. So just be warned, okay? All right. I'm gonna move over to my bookmarks tabs now, where I have a lot more spoilery stuff. And a big spoiler. Here we get a glimpse of Gillenan and Elgernon. And I love how they're still hiding Elgernon from us, you know? We've gotten pretty good glimpses of Gillenane so far. I think it's Gillenane. I'm just gonna say Gillenan. But this man's been hidden. We got his voice, which sounds so good. But we don't have anything else besides his back and a blurred like front image. You can see some of his face in like the earlier trailers, but it's not like HD, right? But this looks like a well to me. If you played Inquisition, you know all about the Well of Sorrows, and it's implied that all the elven temples had their own version of the well. So I wonder if this is one of them. At least it looks like a well to me. Who knows what it is. Looks a little bit blighted though. And also, another big spoiler, we got to see Gillenan up close before she got all freaky. It's so funny that these bookmarks lined up. They lined up perfectly, actually. Look at her. Like the queen before she, like, freaking turned into whatever this is. She's freaky. She's so freaky. There's like a theory around that she is actually two bodies like mixed into one, which is why there are two arms. So I'm really excited to see like her fully because she's nasty. She's so nasty. This is one of the scenes I was talking about though, where I thought it was wild that people were able to show like, this is crazy. A little bit disappointed that they don't have unique armor because she's wearing something similar to Solus. And then, oh, looks like someone else commented on it too. Because Solus wore something similar, so maybe this was just what all the high-ranking people wore or something. I wish there was a little bit more unique designs in terms of their armor, but maybe we'll see more. The headpiece, though, sick. It's so cool to see what these masks actually looked like. And I hope there'll be like a scene where we look in the past and we can see how everyone's looked like. Because, you know, if you're in deep with the Dragon Age lore, you know we're always talking about these fucking masks. What else do I have on here? There's more story beats about Solus and Rook's interactions. And, dude, if you're a Solus fan, you gotta watch these. He looks so good here. Come on, come on. Like, he looks so good. I never thought I would be into a bald man, but here I am. Like, it doesn't help that this lighting is really good, and it just makes like his features just pop. I'm fangirling. I'm fangirling hard, and I can't wait. I know, like, I'm just gonna want to replay this sequence over and over again. I guess what else? Oh my gosh, of course. I have to go over the freaking other scene. Where is it? Okay, I looked it up. I looked up what I needed to. And be warned, big spoiler. Again, I've been just, this whole last section is just me spoiling, like, a lot of stuff. But look at him. Look at him. This is what we've been waiting for, to see young Solus. We had a theory that we would see this design of Solus because in his concept art, this is the hair that he had. Maybe just a little bit darker. It looks like they went a lighter shade of brown, though, for the final design. But he looks so... I'm hyped. And also, this freaking dialogue. When I first saw this scene, it was just on, it was like on a random video. No warning. I was just jump scared by young Solus. I'm like, what? Insane that they would just have something this big without any warning. I'm not too mad though, but other people might be. He literally says, "You would unleash a blight on this world and call it a masterwork, you who were the most sensitive of us." And then this Tarashal is talking to him about Solus being greater than any of them. So obviously there was like a confrontation between this Tarashal and Gillinan, because that's who Solus is talking to right now. My pronunciation of Gillinan is gonna be all over the place. I'm sorry. Yeah, like I wonder what this means. You who were the most sensitive of us. I'm not sure what that would mean. But we know Gillinan likes to do experiments and stuff. So this blight is probably going to be like one of her big experiments or something. And he's talking to her while she looks normal. But now I have to look up Gillinan's dialogue. Just while I was looking for Gillinan photos, I found photos of the crows as well. This is gonna be all over the place, man, but whatever. So obviously we have Lucanus, who is like the fan favorite of this like section of news. But besides that, we also get characters from Tevinter Nights, Ilario and then Viago. And I'm so excited to see them, man. A lot of characters from Tevinter Nights are being shown in the Veilguard, which was pretty obvious that they were going to do that, you know? I think everyone knew that a lot of those characters from Tevinter Nights were going to make some sort of appearance in the Veilguard. We just didn't know how much. And it makes sense that a lot of them would be NPCs for these certain groups. Oh my gosh. The Inquisitor painting in Solus's like meditation room. Dude, emotional damage right here. I wanted to go back to this original photo of Gillinan that I showed because her response is so interesting, you know? It's just truly a woman of arrogance, right? Just thinks that they can go as high as they want without any consequence. Oh my gosh, okay. I found what I was looking for. So this is a mission where we are at Weishaupt, right? Oh, Gillinan is fucking shit up. Oh, it looks like this is from a Rex Gaming. But like, what is this? Is she like summoning her face in the sky to do this scary announcement? Like, this whole sequence, I already know is gonna go so hard, and I'm so excited to see it in like person and just interact with it. And like, what is she doing? Is she just broadcasting like a version of her face into the clouds to make this giant obnoxious announcement? Pretty much throughout this whole scene, it's just Gillian bragging and talking about how great she is and how, the Grey Wardens will see her masterworks and all that. But this line is so interesting. Today you face the finest child of the gods. I find that line interesting because Gillian is already considered a god, and she doesn't really refer to herself as one, but just a child of one. And it really brings into question the dynamic of the Evanuris, right? Because we know in theory that Elgernon is like the father figure of the gods, while Mythal was the mother figure. So I'm really curious to see how this like plays out more. Besides all that, I want to end on a song because you can pet him, the little baby boy. How cute he is. Oopsie. And he's so big, actually. You can hug him. Amazing. So exciting. Anyway, I guess I'll just close out on this video with what my final thoughts are about everything that's been released. I'm actually not too bothered by most of the plot points that were released, unless I've been lucky and been pretty careful with what I've been seeing. But I also haven't been careful. I'm literally just scrolling through the Veilguard spoiler tags and just letting things hit me, right? But I'm excited. I'm still hyped. There's some aspects of like character creator and like decisions regarding the past games that I'll be a little disappointed in if they don't like come through, like being able to import your decisions from Origins in Dragon Age 2. But that is something like, at the end of the day I can live without if necessary. Even though it seems like a lot has been revealed, there's still a lot we don't know. And just, I'm so excited to see more of Solus and his interactions with the gods before, and to see really how their dynamics were. Obviously, I'm excited to see the new characters and how they interact with Rook and how they interact with the story. And it really seems like BioWare is confident in the story that they've told, and I have high hopes for it. Corin Bush, in her interview with Mr. Matty Plays, said that Act 2 is going to be mostly about like consequences from your decision in Act 1. So I'm excited. It really seems like they learned a lot of lessons from Inquisition and just from the tumultuous development cycle that they had. And they really knew what they wanted to do with the game and make it more condensed, but not like short. They just made it from what they're describing, it's a more focused story. And I'm excited to see the result of it. And I can't believe we have to wait until October 31st, but we've waited this long, we can wait a little bit longer. Anyway, thanks for watching me ramble once again. I hope you enjoyed this video. These videos are definitely a little bit messy, but I feel like I'm more passionate in them because I really love the series. But I feel like editing this one's gonna be a little bit of a pain, but we'll see. Let's hope that the character creator is released a little bit early. If you watch this video towards the end, what origin are you picking for your Rook? Are you gonna be a Crow? Are you gonna be a Lord of Fortune? Grey Warden? Shadow Dragon? All that. Which one are you gonna be? I am torn between the oh my god, I'm already forgetting the name. The group from Navarra, the like Death Wardens. I don't remember if that's what it's called actually. I I'm torn. I'm torn between the group of Navarra, the like Death Warden, Mortalitasi people, or an Antivan Crow. I'm a Zevran fangirl, so if I can interact more with the Antivan Crows, I would love it. At this rate, I don't know if Zevran will be in the game anymore, but at least we'll most likely get a mention, right? A little snippet of Zevran. Speaking again on Dragon Age Origins, I really wonder what they're planning on doing with Origins characters, such as like our Warden. Because I don't know, I feel like that plot point has left them a bit, if I'm being honest. Like at this point in the game, we should be worried about our Warden and Alistair, because at the rate this is going, Ferelden is going to be kingless. So we'll have to see how that goes. I feel like in this game they have to make some sort of comment on the Wardens and like Ferelden's, and because I mean, come on. You need to tell us. Like, you don't need to do anything, but I want to. I want to know if my Warden and Alistair are okay, because at this rate, they should be at their calling by now, which is really sad to think about. Now I am actually saying bye, and again, thank you for watching, and I really appreciate it. Bye.